Hi everyone, welcome to today's yoga class. So today I decided that I wanted to do kind of a rainy day, lazy day yoga. So the kind you want to do where maybe you're still wearing the clothes you slept in the night before, maybe you haven't had your morning coffee yet, maybe you don't really want to do a full flow class but you want to do something, then this is the class for you. If you are looking for something a little bit more like a little bit faster, a different kind of class, feel free to scroll through my other videos. I definitely recommend the gentle flow if you want to get moving more. But if you just want a little bit of movement, you want to be allowed to be a little lazy, you don't really want to flow, you don't really want to chaturanga, then you're going to stay right here with me. You're going to go ahead and get really comfortable on your mat, whether that's in a seated position, whether you're lying down in your Shavasana. Feel free to keep those socks on and just let everything go. So if you're lying down, you can either extend your legs out long or bend your knees, soles of your feet down on your mat. Maybe if you have a block, you can place it in between your shoulder blades, or if your lower back is feeling sore, you can take a block and place it underneath each thigh. Whatever it is you're choosing, start to focus in on that breath right now. So starting to take those nice long deep inhales and exhales through your nose. And just let everything go here. Unclenching your jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Uncreasing your forehead. Maybe pulling those shoulders back and down slightly. Just really connecting with the earth, whether you're laying on your back or you're sitting on your mat. So finding that breath, finding those nice long deep inhales and exhales. And getting rid of any judgment that you have for yourself. Giving yourself a break in these tough times. Maybe your biggest accomplishment today was brushing your teeth, and maybe you didn't brush your teeth. That's okay. Just give yourself a break. Sometimes self-care looks like doing all the things, and sometimes self-care looks like doing absolutely nothing. So you need to really think about honoring that and honoring what your soul needs, what your particular body needs. Not worrying about what anyone else is posting on social media, not worrying about homeschooling kids or getting everything done around the house. Just breathe. Just be aware, be present, and use this time to just reconnect with what you need. Reconnecting with those small movements that your body's been longing for. As we continue to expand our in-breaths and our out-breaths, I invite you to set an intention for yourself for the day, whether it's for the yoga class in particular or for the rest of your day to come. So maybe your intention is just to not judge yourself, not judge your body if it's not doing what you think it should be doing. Or maybe your intention is just to clear your mind for this time that we're together. Whatever it is, think about something that's personal to you and allow it to not only guide you through this practice, but maybe for the rest of your day, for the rest of the week. As we go ahead and take just a few more breaths here in your starting Shavasana. One more nice big full breath here, so filling up your tummy, your ribs and your chest with air. And then one final exhale as you draw everything down. Use this time to start to bring awareness and start to bring movement back into your body. You can begin by wiggling your fingers and your toes, starting to circle your wrists and your ankles, and gently moving your head from side to side, allowing any tension that you're carrying to just release, just let it all go. Beautiful. You can leave your eyes closed or you can open your eyes. And if you're in a seated position like I am, you're going to take this time to slowly roll all the way down onto your back. Taking your time to get there, go ahead and extend your legs out long, your arms up over your head, and inhale, reaching with fingers, reaching with toes, making yourself as tall as possible. And exhale, just let everything go. We're going to do that again. So inhale, reaching with those fingers and those toes. And exhale, letting everything go. From here, bringing both knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs, and just slowly rocking from side to side. Giving your spine a nice gentle massage here. Noticing how that lower back is feeling. Taking your time. On your next breath, extending your left leg out long, bringing your right knee into your chest. Like you start to circle your right ankle in one direction. Start to circle in the other. And then placing your left hand over top of your right knee, slowly starting to bring it over to the left side of the room, trying to leave your right shoulder firmly planted into your mat. So you're only going as far as your body allows you to go here. Opposite hand can be in cactus or in T, and you can look towards the right side of the room here. One more nice big full breath. And then slowly coming back to center. You're going to go ahead and extend that right leg out long. This time bringing your left knee into your chest. Starting to circle that left ankle. Noticing any cracks and crackles that you might be experiencing. Not judging them, just notice. And when you're ready, taking your right hand, placing it on top of your left knee, slowly start to bring it to the right side of the room. Once again, left shoulder blade this time remains down on your mat. You can place a block underneath your knee if it's lifted, or you can just hold it with your hand as you look over to the left. On your next breath, you can gently bring that knee back to center, bringing both knees into your chest, big toes to touch, Hands on your knees as you start to circle your knees, open and closed. This is where you get a chance to notice how your hips are feeling as you start to circle in one direction before switching to the other side. Big circles or little circles, just depending on how tight your hips are. And then from here, I'd like you to bring your right arm up over your head, and you're gonna go ahead and roll over onto your right side, using that right arm as your pillow. Resting here for a breath or two. Before gently starting to push yourself up with your left hand, coming to meet me in a gentle seated position. Taking your time to get there, starting with some gentle shoulder rolls, so rotating towards the back of the room here, and then starting to move forward. So once again, just really small movements here. And if at any point your body is not feeling any of this, please feel free to come into that child's pose or come into the Shavasana for the remainder of class. On your next inhale, I'd like you to sweep your hands all the way up to the sky and gently bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna do 2 more just like that. So inhale, nice big breath here, and exhale, drawing your hands to your heart. One last time, inhale to sweep, and then exhale to lower. From here, you're going to come into your tabletop. We'll go through a few rounds of cat-cow, just loosening up our spines. So inhale, tilting that pelvis up and back as your gaze comes up. And then exhale, rounding your upper back, looking towards your belly button. So continuing this with your own breath as always. Adding in any other movements that your body needs, whether it's hip circles, whether it's sinking back into a child's pose and then coming back into your tabletop. Just honoring your body here. One more rotation. And then you're gonna pause here for a moment in your tabletop. I'd like you to start reaching your fingertips out as far as they can with your chest still remaining up, and then you're slowly gonna lower your chest down to your mat, coming into a nice puppy pose. So this is different than our child's pose because our glutes and our hips aren't resting on our heels. Essentially, your bum is lifted. You should feel a really nice stretch here in your shoulders and in your lats. And just pause here. On your next breath, slowly walking your fingertips towards your feet, slowly starting to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head's gonna come up last. Nice job, everyone. From here, we're gonna make our way into our downward facing dog. I'm gonna give you this opportunity to decide how you wanna get there. If a down dog is not in your practice today, you're gonna go back into that puppy pose that we just did together. If you are gonna come into that down dog, making sure that you're planting all 10 fingers firmly into your mat. You can start from a plank and gently lift those hips up. Knees can be bent, heels can be down on your mat, whatever your down dog looks like. And as you inhale, go ahead and roll forward into that high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna do one more just like that. Inhale into your high plank and exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards your hands and you're gonna walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, coming up halfway, nice flat back, hands on your shins. And exhale to fold. Inhale, sweeping your hands all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, you can bring your hands to heart center. From here, I'd like you to inhale, sweeping both hands all the way up. And exhale, gently fold. As you inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, plant your hands. You're gonna step your left foot back. Drop that left knee down on your mat. Coming up nice and tall here, we're just gonna hang out in our gentle low lunge. Again, the theme of this class is lazy rainy day. So if your hands are just gonna hang out behind your back, that's where they're gonna be. If you wanna take it a step further, arms come up over your head, shoulders are pulled back and down. So you're choosing your own level here. You're honoring your body. From wherever you are on your next breath, you're going to place your left hand down beside that right foot. You're going to bring that right arm up towards the sky. So looking towards those right fingertips, opening up that right shoulder, opening up your chest. Beautiful. One more nice big full breath. And then you're going to go ahead and plant your hands on either side of that foot. Step back, downward facing dog. From here, look towards your hands. You can walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, coming up halfway, nice flat back. And exhale as we fold. Inhale, sweeping all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweeping your hands all the way up. And then exhale to fold. As you inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands. This time that right foot steps back, dropping that right knee down. Perhaps if you did a nice fist bump on the other side, you can try to bring your hands into prayer on this side. Takes a little bit of maneuvering, but it's an awesome chest opener. Or you can bring those arms up. Remember, it's your class. You're going to choose your own levels depending on how you're feeling today. One more nice big full breath. And then you're going to go ahead, plant that right hand down, opening up that left arm towards the sky. So looking towards those left fingertips, pulling that shoulder back. On your next breath, you can go ahead and plant that left hand, step back, downward facing dog, and come into that child's pose. From your child's pose, start to walk both hands over to the right. Trying to release your hips down towards your heels. On your next breath, slowly walking those hands back to center, pausing here, and then walking them over to the left. On your next breath, once again, coming back to center. And then slowly starting to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking your spine as your head comes up last. From here, I invite you to come into that tabletop. I'd like you to step one foot back, followed by the other. Lift up those hips, downward facing dog. And as you look towards your hands, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. From here, you can grab onto opposite elbows, allowing your chest to rest on your thighs, coming into that ragdoll. Starting to bring movement into your upper body here. You can sway from side to side. You can nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Just rest here. Trying to release that spine. Trying to get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. And on your next breath, you're gonna go ahead, start sweeping those hands all the way up to the sky. And exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. From here, looking down, making sure your feet are just about mat distance, we're gonna come into our mountain pose. So tucking your pelvis in, pulling those shoulders back and down, palms are facing out. Go ahead and close your eyes here. I'd like to see strong fingers here. You're squeezing those triceps. You're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together. All 10 toes are planted firmly in your mat. There's no difference from toe to midfoot to heel. We're not swaying, we're completely grounded. And when life starts to get a little bit hazy, a little bit crazy, you can always come back to the mountain. You can always use it to reconnect with your breath and reconnect it with the person that you want to be at this time. Finding those inhales and those exhales. Feeling the rooting of your feet into your mat and into the earth. As we go ahead and take one more nice big full breath here. And then with your eyes remaining closed or open, I'd like you to go ahead and bend both knees, sweep your hands all the way up to the sky, and then exhale to fold. As you inhale, coming up halfway, exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, lifting up those hips, downward facing dog. From here, inhaling that right heel high to the sky. As you bend that right knee, you're gonna swing that knee in to connect with your right wrist as we come into our pigeon pose. I want you to look behind you, make sure that left foot is in center or is in line with the center of your body. If you'd like, you can take a block and place it underneath that right glute if it's lifted, or you can just remain as is, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you're working on your hip mobility, you can stay just as is. If you want to get into your glutes a little bit more, you can slowly start to hinge. Resting your forehead on your forearms, on a block, on a blanket. And just really sink into your pigeon here. The goal is just to melt into your mat, not be shifting your weight around, not wiggling toes or squirming. Just melt. 5 more nice big breaths here. After that 5th breath, you can slowly plant your hands back down into your mat, bringing those fingertips in towards your body. Pause here for a moment. If you have a block underneath that right glute, go ahead and remove it. As we come back into our downward facing dog, just shortly so we can switch sides. So take your time to get there. And once there, inhaling that left heel high up, bending that left knee, swinging that knee so it connects with your left wrist, looking behind you, shimmying that foot over if you need to, making sure it's centered. And then either pausing here or lowering all the way down, remembering that you can place a block underneath that left glute if you'd like. And just sink into the pose. Taking 5 more nice big breaths here. After that 5th and final breath, slowly starting to come up, walking your fingertips in towards your body, releasing that block if you have one, and then planting all 10 fingers into your mat, step back, downward facing dog. From here, you're gonna roll forward into that high plank, dropping down onto your knees, coming all the way down onto your belly, resting your forehead on your forearms here. You can go ahead and bend both knees and start to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Eventually extending your legs out long, just finding stillness here. And take a moment to think about any final movements that your body needs before we come into our final Shavasana. So if you'd like, you can start to make your way onto your back right now. If you're not wearing socks, you can put your socks back on, grab a blanket. So getting whatever you need and whatever your body needs in order to be able to come into this final relaxation. So feel free to pause the video here if you would like to do a few other movements before I talk you through our final Shavasana. Otherwise, you can stay with me. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Like I said, whether it's reclined or whether it's in a seated position, go ahead and close your eyes. Feeling that breath start to slow down. As you relax every last part of your body. One last time, unclenching your jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just let everything go. I invite you to stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you wish. I only ask that when you do finally come up, you do so mindfully and safely, rolling over to one side before coming to sit. I'd like to sincerely thank each and every one of you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. It's always an honor and my pleasure to get to spend this time with you and share my practice with you. From the bottom of my heart and from my energy to yours, namaste.